Hi everyone, my name is Raven Dane. I'm an author and like everybody else, a bit heartbroken about not having the Asylum this year, but thanks to the wonderful folk at the Ministry of Steampunk, we've got this, and then we can have an amazing party when we can all get together again. My first venture into writing was with dark fantasy. I did a trilogy called Legacy of the Dark Kind. And then, while I was in the middle of this trilogy, I discovered steampunk. I was at a big event in the Netherlands called the Elfie Fantasy Fair in Utrecht, and amongst all the whole families of demons and lovely, lovely fairies and all sorts of things, there were these amazingly dressed people with goggles and a bowler hat, and it was a beautiful woman with great big articulated metal wings, and I needed to know what it was. I wanted to be part of that, and I found out it was called steampunk. So I lurked around on the outskirts, doing what everybody does when they discover steampunk, and that's create. I started making jewellery. I had steampunk about 3 Daleks, and then I went to another big event, EasterCon, where they had a steampunk ball, and there were all these magnificent people going up to the ball, and I was like Cinderella in my hotel room. And I realised I'd rather actually write about steampunk and how much I love it. So then this came out, Cyrus Darien and the Technomicron. It's about a very bad boy who has misadventures all around an alternative Victorian London. I was overwhelmed. It became Steampunk Novel of the Year in 2012. So it was my gift to steampunk, how much I loved it, and people loved the book, so that was probably the highlight of my career, and it was wonderful. That was followed on by Cyrus Darien and the Ghastly Horde, which is sort of, they're all standalone, but this one doesn't. They do follow on, but you can read them out of order, it doesn't matter. And then the latest one, all of them are out with Telos Publishing, I'll give you details at the end, is Cyrus Darien and the Wicked Wraith. Also, for the 10th anniversary of the Asylum, I wrote a novella called The Bane of Bailgate, which is obviously based in Old Lincoln, as is the event. It's a ghostly story, and it starts off in early Victorian age and has sort of episodes that go right up to the present day, and a steampunk festival that wasn't called off. And all these books are available online or to order from all good bookshops. These can be ordered from Telos directly. Other books I've written was Absinthe and Arsenic. Now that is a collection of short stories, and it's all Victorian or steampunk ghost stories, and that's been very, very well received. I've been absolutely delighted with the response to that. Again, it's out with Telos Publishing, and again it's available in paperback or Kindle. And I've just, the latest one I've got out, oh sorry, I've forgotten my little Marmite book called Death's Dark Wings. It was going to be called Prince of Ravens, but 2 lots of ravens look a bit clumsy on the cover. And it's an alternative history about the events leading up to 1066, with a very, very different ending. And it's got steampunk element to it slightly. The Normans have got a very primitive steam-powered weaponry and dirigibles. And it's one of those books that you either absolutely love or you go, oh my goodness, this is completely bonkers. But I do love that book myself personally. And the latest is a post-apocalypse book called House of Rax, which is set in a world that survived apocalypse but in a very different way. And it's, best way to describe it is a mixture of Game of Thrones versus Mad Max. There's rusty chainmail, there's gleaming chrome, there's mutants, there's no dragons in it. There's dragons in this one. Oh, that one's got dragons in it, and it's a dragon so big that it makes Smaug look like a gecko. It's really vast, and I absolutely love dragons. So that's basically my career. I've lost count how many short stories I've got in horror books. All around the world. So what I'll do is I'll put up my Amazon my Amazon page, author page, and you can track down all my stuff on that. And my I've got a Facebook profile. I'm not that bothered with the author one, that was forced on me. I like to be able to talk to people backward and forward. So if you find me, Raven Dane, on Facebook, please come and join me if you want. We're all a really happy crowd there. Lots of steampunks. Oh yes, and another of my books is a funny fantasy called The Unwise Woman of Fuggis, Mire, which is out again with a fabulous new cover by one of our own, our lovely Claire Peacey of Autumn Sky Designs, who does commission covers for anybody. Fabulous work, and hopefully you'll have a look at that as well. And a huge thank you to the Ministry of Steampunk for bringing us all together, even if it is in cyberspace. Thank you very much to all of you.